let's clarify this beef I have with the YouTuber known as Cinnamon Toast Crunch that I refer to him as Cereal. Um, he may try to spin it that I'm bullying him because I called him out on Twitter about him bullying everyone. But that's not the true story. The true story is that Serial has been talking shit about me for quite a while. Okay, so, and here is the evidence from months ago on the TARDIS Zone.
Everybody knows not to go to Matrix Lord 212
It was
channel.
getting like serious, legitimate, education from these lessons. It was coming away from this feeling so so indulged with knowledge, given a new lease of life, seeing the whole world in a new light. It was so enlightened, enriched. Is that the word? Enriched.
Yeah, enrichment.
With life. Yeah, enlightenment. Is blessed be upon us.
But again, I don't listen.
So it's hysterical to me that you have a YouTuber that hardly has any subscribers and hardly puts up any videos, and you're judging my YouTube channel and my content. Like, when the whole thing, the whole concept of the lessons was started, it was a joke. It was meant to be a joke. And then when I saw that I made $500 in a 15-minute live stream from the donuts, that people wanted me to do donut lessons, that they donated $500. I'm like, well, you know what? Why not? If that's what people want to see and hear, I'll do that. So the whole point of the lessons was supposed to be, it was hysterical to me that, the whole concept, but I had fun with it and I did series about it. Now, you want to have a newbie YouTuber that's criticizing what Doctor Who content I do or what kind of content I do on my YouTube channel when he hardly has any views, and my lessons have more, like a couple of my food reviews, my lessons have more reviews than all the videos on his entire channel. So it is a success, even though he's crapping on that. That's not, I don't care about that. You could criticize me even if you have one subscriber. But the point is that it wasn't just him criticizing my food reviews or lessons. Cinnamon Toast Crunch went on to talk more crap about me, and he's been talking crap about me for months. Take a listen.
You helped it and you refused, because it's one thing if it was just us saying it, but you've had even the boss of the show, Russell T Davies, has even come up in himself and said it like 2 or 3 times. He couldn't really be any clearer.
So now let's talk about this. I have a source in the BBC. I have multiple sources. And one source that is public, Marty, is in the entertainment industry. And Marty has been talking to Russell like just about every month. And the last time they were having coffee in the BBC shop, and Russell was going to do an interview. But before he did an interview, Marty was talking to him, and he told Marty, don't worry about season 3. Everything is under control. So he knows Marty does the Real Whovians cast because Marty applied for a job at Bad Wolf, and they told Marty that if he gets the job, he can no longer do the Real Whovians cast because it would spoil stuff. So he is aware of me. He's aware, and I'm not saying because I'm not saying that I'm famous, but Russell T Davies watches everyone. He watches me. He watches TARDIS Zone. He watches everyone. So that doesn't make us all famous. Russell just watches everyone. Okay, so telling Marty this, he knows I'm going to do a video about it immediately. And I did do a video about it immediately. And one of the big keys of this season was that Russell had manipulated real life YouTubers, podcasters, and everything, fitting us into the storyline about Doctor Who being canceled. Doctor Who is a TV show, and then our views could wreck the world, or all these crazy things. But anyway, I don't want to get sidetracked. But anyway, Russell told him that knowing I would do videos about it because he's watched everyone. I do. I never said I know more than Russell T Davis, and I never created that image that I know more than Russell T Davis. Russell T Davis is an idol to me, and I look up to Russell T Davis. So while I do have a source in the BBC that tells me stuff, I never said that I knew more than Russell T Davis. In fact, majorly stuff that I've talked about, Russell T Davis has told us. So the point is, well, he told Marty, but the point is that I made a video saying, again, season 3 is definite. It's definitely happened. It's from the horse's mouth, meaning Russell T Davis. And then Russell goes on that show and says the complete opposite, which got me ticked because I'm like, wait a minute. Are we all being manipulated? Which we are. Because Marty had to go to a press thing, and they were making, I think, to the press only, that Mark Gatiss was going to be the voice of Ring-a-Ding. And then when I did a video about it, when it was proven that that wasn't the case, like afterwards, a while afterwards, I was upset because I'm like, oh my God, I got it wrong. Even though I got it from Marty, I got it wrong. And it's my responsibility. And I'm going to do a video to tell my public I'm wrong. Because I do admit I'm wrong when I'm wrong. But right after that, now Russell didn't need to do this, but he did do it, I guess, sort of, because he wanted to make it known that he lied to the public about the voice of Ring-a-Ding for a reason, and really not to go after people that got it wrong because he lied to the press, and if they did videos about it, they wouldn't be wrong, they just got lied to. So I felt better because I'm like, all right, Russell just, protected me in a way, not personally, but like he just basically said that he lied to the public about that. So then I start to question things like, all right, are we being pushed into each other to battle each other for Doctor Who for the story arc? And I started getting annoyed with the whole scenario because I don't like to be used. And I'm not saying that's exactly what Russell did, but I kind of felt that way, even though he didn't really. So, because if you tell us one thing and then you do another, then I look like an idiot also. So I knew about the season 3 before I heard it from Marty from the BBC. And then I got more about it from what I heard from Marty. And I also knowing stuff about some season 3 scripts about the Daleks being a big part of season 3, and the Cybermen returning and all that stuff, and Shooty's final story and blah, blah, blah. So even Shooty got what was going to be in season 3 and said on Graham Norton until they cut it. So the talk about this nonsense that he has a contract and he only signed for 2 years is bullshit, because that's complete bullshit, because he's ready to film season 3, so wouldn't they have to renegotiate his contract? So that's the whole point, is that don't believe half this bullshit out there. And I know I'm getting sidetracked from Cinnamon Toast Crunch, so let me get back to it, because I'm going to have to end this video because it's going too long and I'm going to have to do another video. So Cinnamon Toast Crunch is conveying that I'm making like I know more than Russell. I don't, okay? I've gotten information from the BBC, and we've got information through Marty from Russell himself. So that's it. Let me just air that out there. But Cinnamon Toast Crunch, maybe he got a little brave being on the TARDIS Zone, because if you look at his YouTube channel, it's completely different than what he says on Twitter. And basically, on Twitter, he's open and he's unafraid and he just goes after everybody. Bullying, in my eyes. Not critiquing bullying. I feel flat out this kid is bullying others to make a name for himself. That's my opinion. You want to say I'm wrong? Whatever. He's constantly going after people. He's like an ambulance chaser, looking for news, looking to attack celebrities. He saw Tarzan doing it, like when Tarzan went after Rylan. So he's doing it, and some celebrities are answering him and bashing him, and he's getting his kicks, and he's happy about it. Oh, look at me, look at me. They talked about me. Woo! You know, they picked me, like in gym class. Oh, he was them. You know, they picked me to be the team. They picked me. Woo! You know, so I'm hysterical because I'm like, how do you expect to be famous if you're named after a cereal? You're a moron. So, like, this kid is bullying people to make a name for himself. So I don't like bullies, and I've never liked bullies. And the kicker is that Cinnamon Toast Crunch has been talking about me for months, and I never went after him for months. I didn't bother him. I didn't say boo. But I have tons of evidence that I could show you that he's been talking shit, and he has warranted my opinion on him and me ripping him to shreds. And you know what? I haven't done anything until he went after Tharies. And then I went back and I'm like, oh, look, he's attacking everybody. So that's the truth. He started months ago knocking Matrix Lord 2 and 2. Take care. Bye for now.